Imagine you just got the biggest raise of your life. Your salary jumps by 20% overnight. For about 3 weeks, life feels incredible. You go out to nicer restaurants, you upgrade your streaming subscriptions, maybe you start eyeing a better apartment. And then, almost without noticing, something strange happens. The excitement fades. The new salary feels like the old salary, and somehow at the end of the month, you still feel a little financially stressed. Sound familiar? This is not a budgeting failure. This is not a math problem. This is one of the most powerful and least talked about forces in all of personal finance, and it has a name: hedonic adaptation. It is the brain's near automatic tendency to return to a baseline level of satisfaction no matter how dramatically your circumstances change, good or bad. Scientists have been studying this since the 1970s, and the findings are genuinely humbling. Lottery winners, within a year or two of their windfall, report happiness levels nearly identical to where they started. People who receive massive promotions feel the thrill for weeks, not years. And here is the part that should make every person watching this sit up straight. If you do not understand how hedonic adaptation works, you can earn more money every single year of your life and still feel like you are barely keeping up. The treadmill keeps moving, and the faster you run, the faster it spins. So today, we are going to break down what this trap actually is, where it comes from, how it silently drains your wealth, and most importantly, what you can do to get ahead of it. The term hedonic treadmill was first used by psychologists Philip Brickman and Donald Campbell back in 1971. The core idea is elegantly simple and brutally honest. Humans are wired to want things, get those things, feel good briefly, and then reset to wanting something more. It is not a character flaw, it is an evolutionary feature. Your ancestors needed to keep striving, keep hunting, keep building. A brain that was permanently satisfied would have stopped competing for resources and probably would not have survived. So your brain was literally built to move the goalposts. The problem is that this ancient wiring is now running inside people who have credit cards, car loans, and Instagram accounts, showing them what their lives could look like. Every time you adapt to a new income level, a new car, a new neighborhood, your reference point shifts upward. Researchers call this lifestyle creep, and it is hedonic adaptation in action at the household budget level. Studies consistently show that as incomes rise, so do perceived financial needs. A Princeton University analysis of Gallup data famously suggested that emotional well being tends to plateau around a certain income level because above that threshold, people simply raise the bar of what feels sufficient. You are not buying a bigger house because you need more space. You are buying it because the house you once dreamed of now feels ordinary. The product you lusted over becomes background noise within months of owning it. The vacation you planned for 2 years is a memory within 2 weeks. This is the treadmill in motion, and most people never even notice they have stepped onto it. Here is where hedonic adaptation stops being just a psychology lecture and starts being a very real threat to your financial future. The treadmill does not just make you feel unsatisfied, it has a direct, measurable cost measured in dollars. Consider this pattern. A person earns $40,000 a year and saves 8% of their income. They get a raise to $60,000. Instead of banking most of that difference, they upgrade their car payment, move to a pricier apartment, and start eating out more often. Their savings rate stays at 8%, maybe even dips lower. 5 years later, another raise arrives. Same pattern repeats. Now run that forward 20 years. The person who held their lifestyle steady at 40,000 and saved the surplus would have accumulated dramatically more wealth than the person who matched every raise with a matching lifestyle upgrade. The math is not subtle. The gap can run into hundreds of thousands of dollars over a career. This is exactly why so many high earners find themselves with almost no financial cushion. The American Psychological Association has repeatedly found that financial stress is not tightly correlated with income. People earning six figures report high rates of financial anxiety, not because they are careless, but because the treadmill quietly consumed every raise before they could save it. There is also a secondary cost that almost nobody accounts for: the maintenance burden of an upgraded lifestyle. A bigger home costs more to heat, insure, furnish, and repair. A luxury car has higher service and insurance costs. Every step up the hedonic ladder brings with it an ongoing monthly overhead that compounds in the wrong direction, reducing your flexibility and increasing your vulnerability to income disruption. The good news is that psychologists have found specific, evidence backed strategies that can genuinely slow the hedonic treadmill, and none of them require you to live like a monk or give up ambition. The first is called savoring. Research by Fred Bryant at Loyola University Chicago shows that deliberately and consciously appreciating what you already have can measurably extend the satisfaction you get from it. Not gratitude journaling as a vague habit, but specific, focused attention on the experience of enjoying something before your brain files it into the ordinary category. The second strategy is variety interruption. Counterintuitively, taking breaks from things you enjoy actually resets your adaptation to them. People who took breaks from listening to a favorite song enjoyed it more afterward. People who interrupted a pleasant experience midway rated it higher overall than those who experienced it continuously. Applied to money, this means occasionally downgrading an experience, not permanently, just briefly, to resensitize your appreciation for it. The third strategy is about purchase type. Decades of research, including landmark studies by Thomas Gilovich at Cornell, consistently shows that people adapt to material purchases far faster than to experiences. The new couch becomes invisible within weeks. The trip you save for stays vivid in memory for years. Redirecting some of your discretionary spending toward experiences rather than objects is one of the most reliably happiness-preserving financial moves available. And the fourth tool is the most practical. Automate your savings before lifestyle creep can claim your raises. If your savings rate automatically increases every time your income does, the treadmill cannot steal the gap. You can still enjoy a meaningful portion of every raise. You just do not hand all of it to the treadmill by default. Here is the honest truth about hedonic adaptation. You cannot eliminate it. Your brain is going to keep adapting. The restaurant that once felt like a special treat will eventually feel routine. The car you once dreamed about will feel like just a car. That is never going to fully stop. But you can design your financial life in a way that works with this reality rather than being blindsided by it. The wealthiest people, not necessarily those who earn the most, but those who actually build and keep wealth, tend to share a quiet habit. They are deliberate about which parts of their lifestyle they upgrade and which they hold steady. They do not upgrade everything in parallel just because their income rises. They make intentional choices and they protect their savings rate with the same discipline they protect anything else they genuinely value. There is also a mindset shift that research supports powerfully. When you start measuring progress by savings rate and net worth trajectory rather than by the quality of your possessions, you create a new scorecard, one the treadmill cannot manipulate as easily. Progress on that scorecard feels genuinely satisfying in a way that buying things rarely sustains. You stop trying to win a game that resets every time you score. The hedonic treadmill is one of the most expensive things most people have never heard of, but now you have heard of it, and that changes things. Understanding a psychological trap is the first and most powerful step toward neutralizing it. If this video shifted how you think about income, lifestyle, and satisfaction, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel. Every week, we unpack the financial forces that quietly shape your life so you can start making them work for you instead of against you.